Hey everybody, this is the Duct Tape Goat Radio Show, episode 527. So today, we're celebrating National Cellophane Tape Day. I don't think I've ever called this, in my entire life, cellophane tape. Called it tape. This is, in, in my brain, this is just the base tape. Really, I use duct tape for like everything that I do. But, I think I know of a great way to celebrate Cellophane Tape Day. You know, if you remember from the other day, we've got this bottle of Reefer Madness here that I taped the label onto an old empty bottle of Jaeger. But that tape isn't entirely clear. Even though it's Scotch tape and it's magic tape, this is matte finish, or a matte finish. And it's visible tape. It's not invisible tape. And I think I need to go buy some clear tape. Something that's just that higher quality of, can't see it at all. Because I don't, that's why I don't like tape. I mean, it reminds me of light bulbs. Like, let's say there I am, I'm in a room that's got a light bulb, and I'm looking at the quality of light, and everything's got this pale white glow, or a yellowed glow, you know. I just can't say that I care for that color. I like being able to look at the bulb and see the little curly filament, you know what I mean? So something about it just is a little odd to me. Why people would make these, you know, frosted frosted lamp globes or light bulbs, frosted tape. Like, why are you making this low quality so intentionally? It's like, at the rate of how expensive it is to operate a light bulb already, you want to dim it by 5%. Why? Why do you want 5% less light that you're paying for? It's just a waste of light, you know? So, Scotch tape, I am going to buy some better tape. Because I plan to do some stuff, but, if you've ever tried to find clear duct tape, that shit don't work. That don't work at all. It sucks. I mean, it's great tape, but, you can't see through it. It's like this matte magic finish, it sucks. But this is also still the company that made it. I guess it came out in the 30s, like 1930, by this guy who worked for 3M. And he made tape and went on to make masking tape, which were both very huge artist tapes. Duct tape is more of an underground artist tape. I've been about it for about 15 years making duct tape art. And, just don't see too many people about duct tape like that. So I think that's kind of interesting and unique, about myself. Um, as there wasn't much going on in the world of duct tape art, prior to. Aside from origami, the origami class has really, surrounded duct tape for a long time, using it for its sticky properties and, fold it over, and then it's got a foldable property for making sheets of foldable duct tape for a high resilience canvas. Which is one of the great things why I love duct tape is it's just a great strong canvas. But also left to the environment for an extended period of time, duct tape will degrade and turn into a powderized form and fall away. So, there's something amazing about being able to watch something like a repair job with duct tape degrade and fall apart over time, because it's not supposed to be a permanent repair, and I like how it just as it degrades from being baked in the UV rays of the sun, it starts to powderize, you know. shows these mummified looking strands of fibers. You know, it's cool. But, you know, I'm gonna celebrate tape day later, because I'm actually just gonna go buy some clear quality tape that would meet my expectations. You know, I don't know if anybody else was like this when they were a kid, but when I was a kid, I was always the kind of kid that it'd be Christmas, and I'd be opening up those presents, man, and I'd be like, I'm gonna do this nicely, you know. I'm a grown-up kid, you know. I'm not a little kid go tearing stuff, you know. People spent time to fold and wrap this. Now I want to delicately unfold and unwrap it, and then I see that I can see exactly where it's taped down at, not just because of the folds and stuff, but because that tape just stands out like a piece of tape. It's like, yep, that's where to unpeel the tape. It's like, you know, I remember when I wrapped shit for Christmas for other people, man. I would like get the clear tape and then tape it down all over the place. So you can't tell what tape to undo, because there's tape everywhere. So anyways, I think that's something that's wrong, you know. Light bulbs, tape. Why are they doing this? Like, what's the actual purpose? I can't imagine that it's any good reason. But, you know, it's industry, man. They make it, they sell it, people buy it. You know. So, just another thing to celebrate. And, you know, I might go buy a great popsicle off the camera later today, just to celebrate 2 days in the same day. But it is a great popsicle day too, so, you know, that heat's getting to you. Go have a great popsicle. I was thinking, I could probably make a great popsicle out of cellophane tape. And I was like, no, I would be eating tape at that point. I cannot eat tape. That would be bad. So, you know, I might just go buy a grape popsicle, or, you know, like a grape Arizona iced tea, and just throw that thing in the freezer and cut it open, and, you know, that'd be kind of fun. But what else do I got going on today? Well, this is why I might actually buy some cellophane tape. Got these lights for my motorized bike. This one's just a white light. It's gonna go in the front, and just enough to keep me safe and legally protected, that when the engine's running, I've got this light running. There's no way around it, no off switch. Like, if the engine's running, this white light in the front's gonna be running. But I need to use a clear tape in the front to hold it down and to keep it out of the air and the elements and the humidities. But I can't use a frosted tape like this, because this kind of tape, it's gonna take away that light that I'm making. And, you know, the goal is that I'm trying to make a bright light, not a dim light. So that'll be fun and exciting. But not only that, I got this one. It's marked with a little sticker. And that little sticker means this is a little black light. So I'm gonna have some ground effects on my bicycle. It's gonna be like bling, a little bit of black light, so that when I drive over white trash, it will light up. And that will be cool. But, you know, one of the big things that I'm excited about today is I'm able to start session 1 of this repair. This is the cylinder off my bicycle, and if you look right here, there is this huge gouge in the side of my cylinder wall. I need to polish that out, and I need 2 hands to polish, so I won't be doing that on air. But I might not even do it today, but that needs to happen. my piston tip, top of the piston, gouge, marks, chips, compressed, warped, damaged, destroyed. I need to sand out where the piston ring sits so that it's not jammed in there. I had to remove that original piston ring, like with tools and everything, because it was just so jammed in there. So I need to sand that out and open it up so that it can freely sit. But all of this was caused by one part. Inside of the piston, we've got this pin. The pin goes all the way through. This bearing goes in the center of it, then it goes more of the way through. So the bearing's in the middle, and as it goes up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, that spins around. So it's like well, you can see some of those bearings are not in there. As I'm riding along, it stops. It stops operating. Or actually, it didn't stop. No, it stopped operating correctly. As I was riding along, my power dropped. I heard some loud noise. I went wide open throttle and drove a couple blocks back home because it was beginning of the ride. Opened everything up. A little tiny, like 4/5 the size of a bearing, comes falling out of the head. And I'm like, oh my god, I know exactly, where's the rest of it? Like, why do I have a short needle bearing? Where's the rest of it, right? And then I find it embedded, buried in the top of my head. So, and that also caused the gouge. So that's going to be exciting. I'm not going to fix this whole thing on the air because I don't have a tripod yet. So until I really get a tripod, you know, there's a lot of things that I'll just have to keep a radio show about. This isn't the Duct Tape Goat video show, you know, this is the Duct Tape Goat radio show, so it doesn't really matter about the video. I'm glad, you know, we're on the YouTube with the video and the comments and the description, but still, it's a radio show, so, you know, we've got the added bonus of video anyways, which is cool. So, I gotta do this with one hand, but you can probably tell that's how well that spins. Now granted, it's broken, right? It's missing 3 bearings because they went flying out. But that's probably about as well enough as how it operated stock. And then I got this other one. Just something about it, it seems to be spinning a lot smoother. Like I don't feel any resistance or anything. Like it's pretty light. You know, if I could put it on a scale, and you know, it might be even heavier, which isn't a good thing. You know, it might be a gram heavier, but it may be because this one's lighter because it's missing some pieces. So anyways, you know, this whole top end is going to be rebuilt. I haven't fully decided on how to do it, but I ordered this from France. And it's the right size, it's rated for nitrous heat, and it just looks better, it looks more correct. I don't feel like, it doesn't look daintily held in. It doesn't look like it's going to go flying out, you know what I mean? Something about it just seems correct. But, you know, I guess all that matters is on the inside, though, you know? And on the inside looks the same. But, you know, it'll be good. So I'm going to take my old wrist pin bearing out of my existing engine, put it over here into this one, and then take this bearing and put it on my current existing bike. That's why I carry two engines, so I can have one to work on and one that works. So, I guess that's basically everything that we've got going on. And I don't know anyone that might have missed this in the forums. The itty bitty exhaust. Just to have that backup in case I decide to take this engine after it's completely rebuilt. It's going to be Frankensteined into a motor out of all broken parts. And I have no idea how safe it's going to be, how long it's going to last. You know, I just know that my existing bike is going to have some good longevity because I'll be investing in, you know, every little bit that I can do to, like, as soon as something breaks, I don't believe in just, like, paying for a bad time, you know? Or let me say this in a different way. Like, I don't believe in, like, oh, let's just keep it simple. This bearing broke. Obviously, I need a new bearing. This bearing got me by maybe 2,000 miles. Yeah, okay, 2,000 miles, great for the bearing. But I plan to do more than 2,000 miles. I don't want to have to replace this bearing with another bearing and then know that 2,000 miles after I install a brand new replacement bearing, it's going to do the same thing again. So every time something breaks down and leaves me with a bad experience, I try to go, what can I do to make this experience better, you know? So that's why, you know, I'm upgrading that bearing. It's a minor, petty little thing, but, you know, if you're into motor bicycling, you know, anything to do with engines, boating, maybe you're a boating enthusiast, you know, you know, anything about that stuff. Whatever it is that you're about, I'm sure that you've found the same kind of pattern. That, like, if you replace the stock broken thing with another stock replacement thing, it's only going to have a limited lifespan, as basically as long as the original. So dealing with aftermarket parts and then installing the aftermarket parts as stock parts break down is what I've found is really the best way to go about these kit engines. It's pretty fun, it's a good way to bicycle around, and, you know, it keeps me busy. It gives me something to do. You know, it gives me a way to get somewhere and something to do when I'm not going anywhere. So it's pretty exciting. I just wanted to share with everybody, you know, we got some mail, came all the way in from France. I think that's kind of cool. Only took 10 days. I thought it was going to take longer than that. Either way, we got some great news today with the part coming in. Now that we've got the part, we can start the repairs on this old engine. And once that old engine's working, you know what I mean? I'm probably going to build it up and see how reliable it ends up being. It might end up being amazing, you know? I'm at least going to be surprised that it runs at all. Because so far I've got a fair amount of broken parts going into an assembly, all for a broken engine kit. But it'll be a nice one for demos and for the friends to ride around on, you know. And mostly just stay brushed up in my skills. So that's really what I've been doing with my time, is, you know, driving around on that, having fun. But, you know, no matter what I'm doing, I try to step outside of myself, you know, sit next to me for a second and celebrate the day. You know, my party favor isn't as great as I'd like it to be, so I need to get some better. You know, I just need to find some clear tape. It's just got more clearness to it, you know. Like I said, it's like paying for a light bulb to burn all the way, and then you're making it dimmer. I don't get it. Either way, you can always leave a comment in the description if you've got any suggestions for different ways to celebrate the day. You know, feel free to leave those in the comments below. If you've got any suggestions on something that needs to be fixed, you know, however technical it is, you know, leave it in the comments below, you know. I might not make an episode about it, but I'll reply and try to fix it, you know, and if it's something good, you know what I mean? Or if I got nothing else going on, it'd be in the episode. So that'd be pretty cool. Anyways, celebrate the day, every day. This is Duct Tape Goat Radio Show every day. And have yourself a good day.